According to an article released by Science Direct in 2013 called The Benefits of Retail Therapy Making Purchasing Decisions Reduce Residual Sadness by Scott Rick, Catherine A. Burson, and Beatrice Perea, sadness is most commonly associated with the feeling of having no control over one's life and one's decisions in their life and their outcomes. Hi, my name is Sydney Walker, and over the next few minutes, I will be discussing how shopping reduces sadness because it gives someone a feeling of control, and how retail therapy is a great way to increase your mood because it releases dopamine and endorphins and neurotransmitters. I am credible on this topic because I've done extensive research and study. First, I would like to begin with discussing how residual sadness can be reduced with retail therapy because it gains a feeling of control. 3 researchers, Rick, Burson, and Perea, conducted 2 experiments to prove the hypothesis that shopping restores one's control over their life and their decisions and their outcomes, ultimately reducing their sadness levels. In the first experiment, 100 adults were given hypothetical shopping choices. Alone with these choices, the adults' sadness levels reduced significantly. By simply being given a choice, they already had a sense of control in their environment. This ultimately reduced their sadness because they had a sense of control in what they were doing. In the second experiment, the contestants were given real shopping choices. With these choices, the researchers gave the people what they picked, so they had even more control over their choices and their environment. This experiment was also used to test if retail therapy changed anger levels, but unfortunately, the researchers were unable to prove that anger levels had anything to do with retail therapy because retail therapy focuses on choices and the sense of control, and anger is not associated with a sense of control. Although they were able to prove that real shopping decisions reduced sadness significantly better than hypothetical choices. Now that I have discussed how residual sadness can be reduced by regaining a sense of control in one's life, I am going to go over how dopamine and endorphins are released when shopping and using retail therapy to increase your mood. In article Can Retail Therapy Actually Be Helpful by Jenna Smiley in February of 2022, she proved that retail therapy can increase your mood and your self-confidence because it releases neurotransmitters. Jenna states that retail therapy is a great way to ease distress and enjoy something because it's different. Retail therapy activates neurotransmitters such as dopamine and endorphins to increase your mood. Jenna also discusses how retail therapy gives you a sense of expectancy and surprise, which also trigger those neurotransmitters into your body, and gives you sensations of pleasure and reduces sensations of pain. Retail therapy also increases your self-confidence, so this ultimately increases your mood way more than any endorphins because confidence is a key to reducing pain and sadness and a bad mood. Shopping can give you self-confidence, whether it's buying new clothes or new accessories or things for your home. But the thing about shopping and retail therapy is it is a distraction. So people often get addicted to this distraction, and it can be dangerous, especially due to financial things and different circumstances depending on the person. So it's really important that you are careful when using retail therapy to cope over a loss in a family or stress or just simply sadness. So it's very important to realize what you're doing and make sure that you have control over yourself, but it can become addictive. So it's very important to be aware of that. Now that I've finished speaking about how retail therapy can increase one's mood because endorphins are released and it creates a sense of pleasure, I will be concluding. So today I talked to you about how retail therapy can decrease your residual sadness and increase your mood because of endorphins and other neurotransmitters. I have provided examples of research and experiments to prove that shopping and retail therapy reduces sadness and increases one's mood and their overall life. I hope that my extensive research on retail therapy allowed you to understand how shopping is one of the many ways to increase your mood and just your overall life. I hope that you gain lots of knowledge from this speech. Thank you for listening.